Hi everyone, I know I'm late today, but not my fault. I was watching The Young and the Restless, and at 1:15, breaking news happened, and it proceeded to go on for at least an hour. So I didn't watch the end of Y&R or Bold until now. So sorry for the delay, but not my fault. Okay, now the reason I picked Jack as my title and Peter Bergman as my hashtag is that I believe he gets the start of the day. Okay, now to go around the bend. Um, well, spent a lot of time talking about Mariah and Mariah's punishment. And we got to see both sides of the coin here because Melissa Ordway, who plays Abby, talked to Michael Grosday, woo, Daniel, and then Brighton James, Devon, talked to Crystal Khalil, Lily, right? Okay, so you get to see both opinions, and they're not really on the same page because Devon wants Mariah to pay for what she did, and Abby is starting to see her side of it, and maybe she thinks that uh, treatment will be the best option. So we had that going on. Okay. Then we also had a very key moment with Billy Flynn and Nathan Owens. Now, Nathan Owens should get a special mention here because, oh boy. Okay. Now, I talked about people with and without scruples all the time, right? That man gets my award for the only person on the soap opera, or so it seems, with scruples. So, congratulations. Because, okay, I've been talking about for months now that I want to see Victor, Eric Braden, get his comeuppance for everything that Victor has ever done to people in the last, let's say, year. Okay? Um, but there's a problem with that. Most of the time, he finds some reason or validation for his transgressions. So there's a problem. But it seems like Billy Flynn, as Kane, has his own idea about whatever he's going to do with Victor. And apparently, he thinks he needs Holden to help him out. But here's the thing, he wanted Holden to get in close with Claire to get information from her. And Holden, being the good man he is, said, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So kudos. Okay, now, I saved the best for last, but it's also the way that the story just came out. Okay. Um, like I said, Peter Bergman gets my star of the day. But an honorable mention is Susan Walters Ashby because she went pound for pound with Peter Bergman and everything he did. So kudos to both of you because, oh boy. Okay, now, Jack, I feel really bad for because, well, of course, there are two schools that's not here. You could say that even though Victor did everything he could to put Jack at a very bad disadvantage, Jack still had a choice. Or you could say Jack was drugged the entire time. Therefore, he was not in his right mind. And he should be forgiven for whatever happened. Okay? So, yeah. Okay. So, once again, we see things from both perspectives. Because Beth Maitland, who, yay, we hardly see Tracy, so gotta give it up. she played wonderful and said, whatever you need, I'm here. And so that was great. Okay. And then Diane, I think Diane wants to forgive Jack. I think she really does. But I don't think she has the uh, emotional uh, capacity to do that at this moment, because imagine you've been with somebody for a long time, which they were, okay, before they got married. I'm talking years. And then they finally get married. And you think you're having an ideal marriage relationship, and then he cheats on you. So, like I said, if you want to go basic, then you say, okay, well, he cheated on me, therefore, I shouldn't forgive him, right? But all the nuance lies in everything that's on top of that, okay? So, I'm hoping that there's some middle ground that can be found somewhere. And at some point, it doesn't have to be about Victor, because it's about Jack and Diane and the relationship. And if you really love somebody, then you should be willing to see their side of things, even if you don't agree with it. And you may really not agree with it, but at least you have to be willing to try. That's my standpoint. So I don't know. Okay. So then, uh, Michael Miller, I kind of feel bad for him too, because he's like the adult child kind of caught in the middle, and he doesn't know what he's supposed to do, who he's supposed to support, whatever. So he's trying to support both without seeming like he's picking a side. So, it's a big cluster F. And it's going to be a big cluster F until they figure it out. It really is. So, okay, as much as I want this to be resolved, can we move on to the winter storyline, please? Thank you. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.